Yeah, let's get in one last Weege Show before we are done for the week. Just want to show you what the media crunch is like in this Open Pro Sport Showdown. 2 laps to go, and the cameras and the videos, they are starting to get ready. Levi Kitchen did it. It was the showdown. As much as we hyped it, it lived up to it. You had Preston Kilroy, Chance Hymas, and Levi Kitchen, all tied with moto scores going into the final moto. Now, Hymas and Kitchen were on 250s. We expected him to get bad starts. Hymas actually got the start and got the lead early, but then he tipped over. That put Kilroy in the lead. Kitchen hasn't had good starts all week. He ran Kilroy down, and then Kilroy stalled, and he couldn't get the Suzuki kickstart. And by then, Kitchen was long gone. Kitchen, even if he had started the bike instantly, Kitchen would have already made the pass, and then he took off. So I think it's a very likely Horizon Award for Kitchen, who's going to win both Pro Sport classes. And just a true rags to riches story. 53 weeks ago, a relative unknown, and now the hottest property in Motocross. How about the fact that Star Racing currently has your 450 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross points leader, your 250 Pro Motocross points leader, your top A rider at Loretta's, and I think Nick Romano is making the case as your top P rider, all riding for the same team. Bobby Regan and his squad putting together one of the most dominant runs we have ever seen in this sport. Believe it. We'll be back with more Weege Show in a minute. We get ready to crown Levi Kitchen.
He was running that now. He's got 28 to press the base plate right there on the Honda. The 44 on the Suzuki is Barcelo Rio Dorico.
But what is an amateur race? Got a little drama and controversy. And we had it full scale on the 125s with Mark Finnis and Evan Ferry. They came into a moto yesterday, tied on points. Whoever won the moto would win the title. And Ferry was leaning on Finnis or cut Finnis off, depending on how you want to define it. And Finnis went down. So the take from the Ferry side is he was leaning, Evan was leaning on Finnis and then hit a dirt clod, and that kicked his bike sideways. And that's what knocked Finnis down. Finnis on the podium today said, I got taken out by another rider. I am not going to be the judge and the jury of this. It's very dangerous in amateur racing. When we're talking about Supercross and Motocross races that you all probably watched on TV, and you've reviewed the footage yourself in slow-mo and rewind 9,000 times, you probably already have your own opinion. I'm not going to weigh in on it. This is amateur racing, and this type of thing happens all the time, and usually the interpretation depends on which side of which rider you are on. It got crazier for Finnis at the end of that moto, so he gets knocked down or taken out on the start, whichever way you want to define it. And then in the final corner of that moto, he had come all the way back to get to second place. And while trying to pass in that position, a huge collision with another rider, he went down and ended up in the fence. And Finnis said, I got taken out. So that's twice. His perspective that he got taken out might be different if you hear it from the other riders. And he came back today to win the final moto of the other 125 class. Didn't get either title. He said, guys are taking me out and trying to get him off the start, and it did work. So a little bit of heat on this Finnis-Ferry rivalry. And as we said yesterday, the 125 class is kind of a bridge between, say, C and B. So kind of a real logjam as Finnis and Ferry move into B. There'll be a lot of very fast riders at B, particularly Hayden Deegan. So it'll be very interesting. I did know Deegan and Brian Deegan were watching those 125 motos up from our tower very closely. So really, really interesting when these guys all meet up. Oakley swag for the Meg. Nicely done. So, like I said, what's an amateur racer? A little bit of drama, a little bit of controversy. Now the thing is right now, if you're Ferry, sorry, one of our champs right here, Brock Peterson, right?
That's right.
What's up? Had you ever won here before?
I've never won here.
So what is that experience like?
Oh man, it's unreal. It's surreal. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Like for your racing career, now you've probably been racing your whole life to some degree, right?
Yep.
But this is the biggest thing you've done?
Yeah, I've actually qualified for a few nationals.
Yes. Where does this rank compared to that?
Oh, this is way better.
Yeah, there we go. That is good.
All day long.
That is good.
So,
awesome. Brock Peterson won another Honda. Hey, I heard Honda snuck you a red fender to get you some contingency money.
Yeah, they were a little upset that I had an all-white bike. Nobody knew what it was.
Yes.
So put a red fender on it, and everybody knew it was on a Honda. It was perfect.
You get time to get paid.
Yes.
Brock Peterson, who won one of the Met class titles here. That was good stuff. Yes, Lars from Honda said, hey, take this red fender so you could officially register for Honda contingency and get paid. That was pretty cool. Anyway, what I was going to say, what's always interesting with these rivalries, if you're Finnis right now, you're probably super mad at Ferry, and Ferry's probably not super pumped at Finnis, and it seems like, oh man, I'm going to be locked in war with this guy for the next 15 years of my life. It almost never works out that way. They might not even be in the same class next year. They might never even see each other on the racetrack. I'll give the perfect example. Just think of some of the rivalries that we have. Everyone was always thinking, oh man, Chase Sexton could just get past Austin Fork. The Fork was always there. Sexton's trying to find that next level. And it was materializing like that for a while, not just as amateurs, but never that fantastic start to the season for Forkner in 250 Supercross, where he was winning everything, and Sexton was getting second a lot. Think of how their careers have changed since then. Now they're not even in the same class. It could be years before they're battling against each other again. So this shows how it is. It gets very tense and heated in the moment, but in the grand scheme, folks, it's just one race. And if you're Levi Kitchen, for example, on the podium, he literally just told me, he's like, yeah, it's really good to win here, but I'm already focused on Unadilla. He's already thinking about the next level. Okay, same drill, 20 minutes later. Now it's Nick Romano polishing off a B-Class Championship media crunch. And the Yamaha Bluetooth people are pumped. One of these days, I'll make it there. I'm sure it was great. The guy offered me a free meal. I didn't make it over last night. There's too many free meals at Loretta's. Anyway, we wait for the media crunch as Star Racing begins their single-handed takeover of this sport. Hey, West Kane. Hey, Star, leave something for somebody else, okay? Can you let somebody else win something? Jeez. You got towers are solid. You got towers are solid.
Oh, I gave him some Cuban coffee just before this moto because of the embargo going down south. And
dude, wow. Okay.
He did it.
All right.
Yeah, he did great.
If he had one, you get him a Cuban cigar.
No, he's good. Yeah.
All right, so I got to get to one more podium. I want to thank Race Tech, as always, for backing our shows. You know the gold valves, the maker, suspension flusher, better bottoming resistance. Made and engineered in the USA. You'll have more traction, too. Their engine services are second to none. And just thank you for watching all these shows. I'm going to wrap this up with what I call the best story I've heard in amateur racing. We mentioned Evan Ferry getting a win. He won the Schoolboy division. Well, his dad, Tim, also won that class many, many years ago, I think like 1989 or something like that. I can find no better way to illustrate how amateur racing has changed through the decades than when you hear Tim Ferry's dad, Big Tim, tell the story of when Tim won that title, when their one bike they owned got stolen and what it took to get it back. Evan Ferry's probably getting bikes shipped to his house in the break. So I finished this Weege Show with my favorite story in amateur motocross. Here's Tim Ferry's dad, Big Tim. Take it away. So you get a bike for Loretta's. This is like big time? It's like A class?
Yeah, I think Schoolboy.
Schoolboy. But like, you're trying to win the title at Loretta's.
Yes.
You're not getting free bikes from people.
No, we didn't get free bikes. We bought bikes.
Yep.
But anyhow, we had won 80 class, but we didn't get free bikes. So we got this bike. It was the only bike we had. One bike. You go to Loretta Lens with it. One bike. So we get the bike. And we rode it once or twice. And a couple days later, it got stolen.
Okay.
So
I love it.
When it got stolen, I freaked out. And a buddy of mine had a Trail 50, an old antique Trail 50, and he found it down in Riviera Beach, which is downtown.
Okay.
So anyhow, when he got that, he calls me and says, we didn't have cell phones back then. It was PayPal. He says, hey, my bike, I just picked my bike. I paid $20 to get my bike back. It was stolen last night from your garage. And I said, yeah. I said, Timmy's bike's gone. I'm freaking out. So he said, well, it's here. It's in this area. So we went to Riviera Beach and got it. Started looking all day. We looked for that thing all day. The cops told me, do not go in there because it's very bad, which I knew the area is very bad. But they had my bike. So I'm like, I got to go in there. And he says, they run drugs with things over the railroad tracks, but the cops can't follow them. They jump the railroad tracks with dirt bikes. I said, well, I don't care, I'm going. So we go and we spend all day. We change up vehicles because it was too obvious. We changed vehicles and we made one last pass. I said, it was Brian Abel and Willie Manning.
All right.
Willie Manning, and I said, just do one more pass. It was pretty late at night, and we said, oh my God, here is the bike. Look at this, 3 of them on 3 different bikes. And we tried to follow them. I said, don't spook them. I'll jump out of the truck and I'll clock them. Wherever they stop, I'll jump out. Just don't spook them.
You're gonna clock them?
Yeah, I was gonna clock them.
These guys probably have guns. These are drug dealers.
That was bad area. And I was in good shape back then. I've been a surfer and a racer, but I was ready to scrap.
Okay.
So, but anyhow, so they stop, and just about time I jump out of the truck, we're in a little S10 that's lowered, and I jump, and there's 3 of us. I get ready to jump out, and they take off, and we try on the bikes. And we try to find them, but they go through the neighborhood, we can't find it. So we end up on this place called Silver Beach Road, and it's a bad area. So the bike was 20 feet in front of me, and I couldn't get it. And so anyhow, we sat there when what are we gonna do? And off in the distance, I could hear, I'm like, holy crap, they are headed to us. They headed to us. And I said, Willie, it was in a dark road, it was in a church with a gravel parking lot. And I said, Willie, you park here, I'm gonna get behind this bush. And when they come out, you act like you're gonna slam in front of them to slow them down long enough for me to jump off and jump out of the bushes and grab the bike.
Oh my God! You're gonna tackle a drug dealer on your stolen bike.
Yes. So anyhow, they come out there, and the plan worked perfect. Everything just worked perfect. They come around the corner. They line up. They're gonna do a hole shot. Now they're gonna do a hole shot now. And one of them was a 250, and I think it's 250s, 2 strokes. And
your bike.
And my 125 brand spanking new, 3 days old. So I see him, and Willie's lined up. He's got his lights off. He's at an angle in the parking lot in this little road. I'm behind this holly tree, and I'm tucked down behind him, and he's gonna rev it up and pull forward and make him slam on the brakes. When they do that, I'm coming out of the bushes, I'm gonna get him. It worked perfect. It should be in the movies, because honest to God, it worked perfect.
So you tackled him off of the bike?
As he's coming by me, probably 20 mile an hour, 30, whatever he was doing, the big bikes pulled ahead of him, and I had a perfect shot of him. I dove like Superman, and I hooked him around the neck, and I went flying off, and I corkscrewed his helmet right off, and me and him went down, and we went to a brawl. And now his buddies have found out his other buddy is in trouble. They turn around. Willie's in the parking lot doing donuts. These guys are chasing him. I jump on the bike. It's laying on the throttle. It's wide open. Yeah, and he was running back to get the bike. I said, hell no. So I went over and got the bike, and I took off. I went down Silver Beach Road. Well, Willie decides to go back to the neighborhood, and he made a wrong turn. And he's hitting speed bumps. They chase him. They don't chase me. They chase him into the neighborhood where he's hitting speed bumps, and it just trashed his little S10.
Yeah.
And the sparks are flying, he said. And anyhow, and they threw bottles and a piece of pipe and hit his truck. He gets pulled over by the cops for flying about 55 mile an hour through the neighborhood. Yeah. The cops get him, and I go up to a payphone. I call him. I got the bike. Meet me at such and such. But they're probably chasing me, so I don't want to stay long. I said, just get up this way. It's about 20 minutes away. So anyhow, it was like I say, no cell phones back there. It was all payphones. But anyhow, I got the bike back, and he got a ticket with no suspended license
for speeding.
And all that. It was about 10 o'clock at night, and they never said anything about the guys riding the other 2 bikes were probably stolen to the cops got.
Sure.
And but we got the bike back, and guess what we did? After that, we had the Loretta lens on Friday. Come up here, we spanked everybody's behind.
You got the bike back, the stolen bike, and one Schoolboy on the bike that was stolen.
Exactly. And the tire was wore slap out from them riding around the street all day.
Yes.
But they only had it for about 24 hours. Maybe not even 24 hours.
Can we compare you had one bike and you had to get it back from the drug dealers compared to Evan Ferry's program in Schoolboy today?
There's no comparing. There's no comparing. It was hard back then. It was hard.